So, hello guys, and welcome to the video. Today we are here to present you a diamond farm. Before I go into this and get angry comments, of course, this diamond farm does use a couple of command blocks. Mainly, well, it uses two of these are survival friendly, just easier replacements. I'll get to that in a second. Third one is the commands using which can regenerate chunks, which I featured back in August, and I will also link to the video featuring that command in the description. So, with that out of the way, yes, people, this is not buildable on survival in any way. Thanks for letting me know in case anyone was gonna rage about that. Just want to make sure that I got that out of the way first. So yeah, story behind this thing. Some of you, I guess, maybe long term. Well, I guess a lot of people who are currently subscribed heard about the farm, not the farm, the junkie gen trick I found back in August, which was really just a way to get to do it in creative using a command, but using Stack Overflow basically. The thing is that, well, yeah, I also built this thing, and not too long afterwards. After I saw Elrich's video that showed that you could actually populate with it in some ways, I started looking into that. It took a bit of time. I did some tests around here with checking like what stuff gets populated. Like this is basically a section of 3x3 chunks, I believe, without the stone. This is the same thing, I think with the stone. And here I have it without a stone. Here I have, I think, a section where I only had, I think there's a section where I didn't do, I did something with the central chunk. Yeah, exactly. I probably did some stuff with it, and I checked what's actually in there, and then I saw it was actually population. But I'll get to that in a second. So, the thing is, I made this back in, I think, August or September or something along those lines. I think probably a couple, maybe 2 weeks after I made the original video. But I never got around to featuring it because I thought it wasn't that interesting. After all, this is in no way survival friendly. It's just a creative way of generating diamonds, which we could also do as well with give at B diamonds. I guess 064 or something. But recently we got a video from someone else called Redstonejazz. Most of you will probably know him. His video is also linked in the description. And yeah, he featured his, I would call it an ore farm, because it wasn't specifically darker than diamonds. But this one could do the same thing if you were to just use it for other ores. So, the thing is though that he was he used Nerdy's Junkie Gen trick, which is of course still in vanilla Minecraft. So, yeah, using that trick, he did the regen. He says at least. I'm not sure if we could believe him. But the big problem he has, well, big problem, it's a tiny thing he missed, I would say, and it makes this whole thing so much easier, is that in his design he tries to basically extract the ores from the junk themselves, like this basically. So basically what you would have then is like pistons like here or something, which would then extend and pull this iron ore out or something along those lines. Yeah, that's not what his farm does. The thing is, I need to go into population and generation theory right here, so I'll try to explain, so bear with me. But broadly put, which I actually could probably show using that setup right there, population is done with an 8x8 offset on the X and Z axis, contrary to generation of a chunk. That probably didn't make too much sense, so let me illustrate what that actually means. Over here, I think I actually just loaded this world up yesterday. It was in an archive. Like I have lots of archived worlds. It took me a bit to find, but yeah. So this was something I made back then. I believe this is just a normal naturally generated section. Looks like it, yeah. Of 3x3 chunks. The one I think from the center right there, over there, and basically, yeah, it's just a central generated. I removed the stone using MCEdit, and that's what's left. Over here, I did the same thing, but I believe something I also did was I messed with the central chunk to have it not generate nor populate. How I did that, to be honest, I don't fully know. I think of it. I guess I regendered or something, and I'm thinking of that now. Actually, how did I do that? Actually, now I'm thinking about it. It may have been something like this. Yeah, I think. Oh, my life. It's such a long time ago. I think I may have just used this stone setup and yeah, put it in one spot down there, and then yeah, okay, yeah, an empty chunk in the center, basically, and I would just regen it, and it would populate some of that stuff. Okay, it's a bit hard to explain, because to be honest, I don't fully know what I did back then. But the thing is, I also wrote a filter, I believe, which did some comparing and gave all of the things which were inside of the 16 central chunk, but which were not in that thing over here, which is normally everything which gets generated, I think, by the by this chunk, by the population. And basically what you could see is all the stuff over here, you can see is actually part of some kind of bigger vein. There's nothing really in the center except for the lava, which is part of a lava pool, which you could see down here, I guess, then. Yeah, see. So over here, you're basically going to have the central chunk, but the thing you may notice is that actually there's kind of seems to be a gap around here, but it's around here, which is actually on the corner. So yeah, that kind of does demonstrate that, yeah, I guess I have this marker right here. If we regen this chunk, and then it will check, are these three chunks here, on the positive X and Z direction, as you can see. And then if those are there, it will run the population algorithm for this chunk, which means that it will start doing a bunch of stuff basically within the 16 by 16 region, starting from here, going to like about here or something. You get what I mean? So also that also goes for ores, which is interesting, because that's what the trick we're going to use. So with that out of the way, yeah, I'm at 7 minutes in, so I'm going to try to get the rest on more quickly. I think it was the main part of the theory. Actually, Panda told me that, I think, about the 8x8 offset, but it didn't seem to be right at first, because I looked at this just with the naked eye, and it looked like there was way too much stuff overlapping, but actually, after analyzing it with the filter and going through all of the exceptions, I could actually see that, yes, the only things in that chunk which were not populated by the chunk itself were actually just coming from other feeds which started in other chunks. So yeah, that cleared that out of the way, and yes, Panda was right after all. Dang it, Panda. So yeah, that brings us to here. So what does that matter to any of this? Well, the thing is that the trick Redstonejazz uses is basically just extracting stuff from the chunk itself, but there's actually an easier way to do it, which is putting stone in a place where you know diamonds are gonna be generated, as in they were here naturally, then regenerating a chunk in the near vicinity. Well, more specifically the right one. So as you can count right here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, it would be like this. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess over here would be like the board. Yeah. So this would basically be like everything in a 16 by 16 region starting here will get populated. Thing is that you can't use, if you don't use materials like stone and such, which it uses to check if it should place ores here, you should be good and it shouldn't actually destroy any of your machinery. However, you can, if I put in stone in right positions, you can just, there's actually a position where there used to be diamond in this chunk, which is pretty useful. So also you have to make sure that like everything, the path up to the diamond vein you want to use, of course, has to be clear. It has to be normal stone in the natural chunk, else it's gonna also repopulate that. Or you just push it in from over the border. But the main point from this is, using the 8x8 offset, you can basically just not have the ores get generated inside of your machine, instead of next to your machine where you would have to extract it. So this makes it way easier to extract, and I'll quickly do a showcase. This was the result of about 5 minutes of waiting. That gives us about, I calculated that we're using the Fortune 3 stuff from the wiki. Okay, I need to go for 2.8, I think, for this. It's kind of important. Yeah. So, okay, I think I should better do this. Because I know business don't sound too loud to me, but they always very loud on video. So, yeah, okay, as you can see, we're in a bit of trouble right there. with andesite. That's something which is caused because in the natural chunk there's actually andesite next to the diamond, so if stone ever gets pushed through without being populated, that happens, and I guess that happened because I paused it or something and messed with the timing in some way, unfortunately. But yeah, normally it works fine. So yeah, this thing produces about 2.5 double chests of diamonds an hour if you use it Fortune 3 to mine them. Yeah, like filling up the entire cube I just showed you took 5 minutes. To fill it up all the way to the end of the current storage space without going to the other stuff I already have set up would be 7.5 minutes, and yeah, it would be diamonds forever basically. So, of course, this thing is totally OP, but yeah, I just wanted to show it. Yeah, as I said, the important thing about it is that the gunner distance has to be 8, in case you guys want to check it out. That will be well done in the description. Why is because basically the way we player to load and unload the area is just using teleport commands. This one, it just teleports you over there, I think, yeah. And back. Here you have the command which does the regening. Okay, I should go through this more quickly, but yeah. So basically, when I activate the circuit, it just generates a pulse over here. It goes through this command, so it puts one of these corrupt items in that chunk, teleports me away. It waits 2 seconds. Then to make sure that it's unloaded, it teleports me back. When it's at to reload, it just crashes the chunk and it regens and repopulates this area around it. Then also the stone generator gets activated. This is, oh yeah, important to mention this Cube Hamster stone generator. Link to this video will be in the description, but I have to go through this quickly, so yeah. Just check out this video if you want to know what it's about. So yeah, the stone gets pushed up from here, goes up here. Once it hits this block, it powers these pistons. Once there's blocks here, it powers these pistons. Then you have this nice 2x2x2 cube right here of stone, and this will be filled with diamonds entirely. So I actually did go out of my way to look for a diamond vein of 8, which was also in the right spot of the chunk, which was a 75% chance. Then basically once you go over here, we use a bit of zigzag to get back into one cube basically. So once it goes over here, it pushes both of these, so you have this column going to the right, then we push this part up, like 3 ticks later. I think that should actually be, no, it's 3 ticks, never mind. Then 2 ticks more later, we basically just push whatever we push up to the left again, and then we push it back over there, and then we can basically get one plate, and whenever stuff arrives over here, it just pushes all of it to this way. Whenever stuff arrives over here, just push it this way. So just a bunch of piston block detectors and piston pushers. Yeah, just a good spot. So of course you can make this on your own world. If you look in the natural chunks, you have to cut it out. I made some cuts and just looked around the walls here basically to see if there were any good spots. And yeah, that worked out for me. So put in the description that check out Jazz's video where he does a similar thing, which was also the reason for me to actually publish this. And yeah, I think it's gonna be about it. So thanks for watching, and I hope I will see you in another video.